Hey everyone, it's technology expert Burton Kelso, and here to talk about 5 things that you need to be a highly effective public speaker. Being a public speaker is an interesting and challenging career. Really shouldn't say interesting, I should say fun, but there are some interesting things that you need to know in order to be an effective public speaker. I've got 5 tips for you, and we're going to start off with tip number 1, which is focus on serving your audience. Very important to be an engaging speaker when it comes to being on the big stage. People want speakers that are able to relate to them and are also able to serve a need as far as making sure that the speaker is able to deliver the goods as far as the topic and what people want to walk away from. It's good to be an entertaining speaker, and it's good to make people laugh, but at the same time, what are people going to walk away from when it comes to your public speech? Always work on focusing on giving the goods when you speak, and it will make audiences love you and want to come back for more. Our next, or I should say my next tip, I put all these together, is to expect to adapt with every presentation. It's a good thing if you're a public speaker to get out and improvise every now and then. Doesn't matter if you're doing YouTube videos or just get in front of people and just going with the flow as far as the information that you're sharing. There are many things that can go bad during a public speech, like the technology can fail. You can have a heckler get up and think that they know more about you. The lights can go out. You can lose power. Anything can happen. So it's important for you to understand how to adapt to every situation and be able to be ready for the comeback just in case bad things happen. You should never think that things are going to go the way that they're supposed to when you're on the stage. So always be adaptable and be ready to go with any change that can happen. My next tip is ABC, which is always be connecting. Obviously, I like the movie Glenn Ross because I use this in quite a few stuff, but as a public speaker, it's very important that you're always connecting with new people so that you can get on stage more. Part of the process of being a public speaker is not going on stage and talking to people. Much of that involves you connecting with people so that you can get your next speaking gig. Without relationships, you're not going to succeed as a speaker. Well, I shouldn't say that completely. It's going to be a lot harder for you to do that as a speaker. So always focus on relationships. Even when you get the gig, make sure that you're staying in contact with the event organizer. Ask, is there things that you can do in order to help make the event easier? That means going out and helping market the event. When you get to the event, make sure that you are offering your services to help organize things that need to be set up, such as chairs. Be sure that you're greeting with your audience members as they walk in the room. And when you're done speaking, make sure that you follow up to let the event planner or organizer know that you appreciated the opportunity to speak, and stay in constant contact so that they will remember to use you for upcoming events. My tip number 4 is to make stories an integral part of your presentation. Now, you're probably laughing because you probably thought I added the word integral in there since I do own a company of that name. But stories are important because it helps relate your message and makes you more relatable to your audience. Who doesn't love a good story, and who doesn't like knowing a little bit more about their speaker? People want to know that you have actually lived the experiences that you're talking about, and that maybe other people that you can share in your story have benefited from your presentations. So always add in a good story or two when you're doing presentations. Yes, it's good to give informative information out, but entertain people by telling a story that they can relate to and will help them remember the message that you're trying to deliver. Now, my final tip is to personalize each presentation to fit your audience. Now, this may not be important if you're staying within a specific industry. Let's get that word right when it comes to speaking. But if you talk across industries, make sure that you are using the words and the terminology that relate to that industry. but don't get too technical because you want to be able to convey a message. As a technology speaker, it's good for me to talk about different tech tips and technologies, but I don't want to go over my audience's head. And also, if I'm talking to real estate agents, accountants, people in the medical industry, I want to make sure that I focus on those terms so that they can understand what I'm talking about a little bit more, and it makes it feel like that I care about the audience that I'm speaking to. Generic is not good. Personalization is great because you make people feel special. So hopefully these tips will help you become a more effective public speaker. Again, Burton Kelso, technology expert. I love technology. I've read all the manuals and I'm serious about making technology fun, safe, and easy to use for everyone. So take care of yourself and do many things to make you smile. And thanks for watching.